Welcome back to another short Legacy League where we have Red-Green Initiative versus Naya Depths. A huge thank you to the Patreon supporters who are helping the league and YouTube channel. If you would like to become a supporter, please click on the link in the show notes. Game number 1, both players have kept 7. Zach is on the play. Let's see if he's going to do some of that initiative bullshit that we know about and absolutely just dream crush everybody. So we know these lists already. For the most part, Naya Depths is a pretty stock and standard list at this point, and Red Green Initiative is the spiciness of the day or week. We'll take a peek at that deck list in just a second. Once we get to, once I fucking find it. Oh, here it is. Alright, so it looks like he's got some, I can't fucking read that. What else we got? Alright, there we go. We can do it that way. Alright, so for the Red Green Initiative deck, for those uninitiated, he is playing some Broadside Bombardiers, 4 Elvish Spirit Guides, 3 Magus of the Moons, 4 Simian Spirit Guides, Caves Chaos Adventure times 4, Under Mountain Adventure times 4, 4 Fierce. Dude, this deck is fucking disgusting. 3 Minskaboos, 4 Chalices, 4 Mox Diamonds, 3 Trinispheres. Who the fuck does this guy think he is? And 3 Fable of the Mirror Breakers? God damn. This is a... If this were a deck that was at the Player Haters Ball, this would be Silky Johnson. So, if you don't know who that is, I highly recommend looking it up. But that is going to be a very tough matchup for John on his Naya Depths list. His creatures don't quite stack up the same as Zach's do. Granted, Zach doesn't run Swords of Plowshare, so a fast 2020 can get the job done. But John only running 4 Elvish Reclaimers, 3 Reliquaries, 2 Minskaboos, 4 Swords of Plowshares, 1 Prismatic Ending, and 4 Green Suns. He's going to be in for a pretty tough matchup here, unless he can get something moving rather quickly. It looks like Zach's already started that bullshit that we were talking about with the Under Mountain Adventure, and he's tapping 3 more mana to do something else. And it is a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. That's a really great card as well that we were just talking about. You get that little 2/2 squirt that when he attacks, you get a treasure token. And then when it goes to 2, you get to discard. You can choose to discard up to 2 cards and then draw 2 fresh cards. It's kind of fallen out of favor since Bowmasters came around, but it is still a really powerful card. And then the backside of that thing, after it goes to 3, comes into play with Summoning Sickness, but you can basically copy an initiative creature and then just fuck some people a little bit harder and a little bit more if you haven't already won by the time it gets to the third part of the saga, and you get to untap again with it, so it doesn't have Summoning Sickness. But yeah, got some grade A bullshit going on here with an initiative creature. And we're going to pass it back over to John. Hopefully he can find a Swords of Plowshare or somehow make a fast 2020. He's well on his way. We're going to have a Sylvan Library, a beautiful Legend Sylvan Library, I should add. And we're going to put it back over to Zach. We're going to come down, and it looks like he's going to make a treasure token off of that. So he's got mana galore, especially after that Goblin attacks as well. And then that dumb fucking initiative creature also taps for mana. So it's like even worse. This deck, fuck this deck. And I say that from the bottom of my heart because right after this match, he completely dumpstered me. And it wasn't even fucking close. So, good on Zach for kicking the shit out of everybody and having a good time while he's doing it and making everyone miserable. Alright, so here's what we're talking about. We're going up to 2 on that, and he can choose 2 cards to discard. So 2 worthless cards in his hand. It looks like it's going to be 2 lands coming out of there, and we'll see how he's going to, or what he's going to draw next. So yeah, it's a Cavern of Souls and a Beta Mountain. Good looking Beta Mountain. And we're gonna do some mana tapping and untapping. I don't think it taps for extra there, but we're gonna attack. He's going to get another treasure token. So technically Zach does at the moment have 6, 7 mana available to him, plus if he has another land in his hand, which it looks like he might, he's going to play a Chalice of the Void on 1. That'll stop Swords of Plowshares from John as well as crop rotation. So that fast 2020 that we were hoping for is no longer available to him. And what do we got happening next? And a basic forest, still have a zillion mana on the board. And it's going to pass back over to the City of Traders in his hand. We're going to have a trigger off of that Sylvan Library. Look at that top card. Oh, wait. Did we miss the trigger? Oh, okay. So he's saying, shit, I missed the trigger. This is the one I had in my hand. We can see on the camera it is what he had in his hand. Wasteland, 3 lands. Not really going to do it there, unfortunately. Swords of Plowshare doesn't work. Crop Rotation doesn't work. Eldritch Reclaimer can't come into play. Prismatic Ending could kill the Chalice, and then he could Swords of Plowshare or something if he has that in his hand. But that's really about it. Not looking good for the depths player here. And we're going back over to Zach's turn. He's going to find a Spooky Boy with a 4/1 Menace off of that initiative trigger again, just walking through that dungeon. And we'll see what comes along after the draw step. We know he has a City of Traders in hand, and it is, I don't know what that is, but we're going to see a flippy on this Fable. As you can see, that's Kiki-Jiki, a reflection of Kiki-Jiki coming into play. And I want to know what he drew. What do we draw? Looks like a green card. Maybe. These guys are not being very helpful with these cards in hand. But we're going to attack over for 5. And we're going to go down to 7. I don't know what John can do here. There's a Mountainy Boy. Pass back over to John. He's going to take a peek at those top 3 cards. And it looks like it's 3 more lands. He's going to call it a day, and we'll see you in game number 2. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Game number 2, John has kept 6, but he is on the play. He is actually not at 7 life. I also want to say sorry about misspelling your name on the keyboard. That B is right next to an N, and I put you Mabsini. So thank you, John Mabsini, for being on camera with us tonight. Or the night that you did it, I should say. All right, got a Plateau and a Basic Force. Off to a zooming start for both sides here. John looks like he has a... Oh, well, all right, we're just going to adjust that life total right up. Go ahead and get you up to 20 there. All right, and then we're going to fetch and go down to 19. And it looks like we're going to Green Sun Zenith as well. Go get ourselves a Dryad Arbor and pass it back over. So we've got 3 mana in play now. We can actually do something. I wonder what we're going to do next. So we have 3 green mana. Or three mana, I should say. And a Spirit Guide. And an Under Mountain Adventure come into play. So we're going to start that initiative bullshit all over again like we did last game. Zach goes and gets a basic mountain. And we're going to invoke a Fury and go ahead and take care of that Dryad Arbor as to not let John swing over and take the initiative. We'll see an untap here. Not quite sure what's in John's hand there. It looks like it may be an Urza Saga. I can't quite make out the rest. And Urza Saga coming into play. Pass back over to Zach here, and we've got the initiative rolling again. He's going to miss that trigger, but then he's going to remember it right after he drew. He's going to play his land, missing the trigger even longer, and then he's going to go, oh shit, initiative trigger. And then he's going to put 2 counters on there. So... nothing, board state hasn't really changed. Judge would probably rule that as a mistrigger, I'd hope. If there's any L1 judges that actually watch this channel, you guys could let me know in the bottom if that would be considered a mistrigger, since nothing's really happened to the board state other than a land coming into play, or a judge would roll that back and allow that trigger to happen. So we got another 2 damage coming over to Zach's side, red mana. It's probably going to be this Magus of the Moon here. We got a Magus of the Moon hitting the battlefield. That's all... non-basic lands become mountains, which will immediately kill the Urza Saga. And John is not happy about that. So, yep, just pointing out that the Urza Saga does die with Magus of the Moon in play. And this might be a wrap for John here, unless he can find a Mox Diamond and a Source of Plowshare. We'll see. I found Yavimaya that also taps for red mana. We got some untappies here, and looks like we've got 5 damage coming across on the trap, puts John down to 9. And then we got 5, 6, 7 damage coming across, that'll put him down to 2. And it looks like there's a Caves of Chaos Adventure as well in Zach's hand. So we'll probably see that come into play, just scooting that Undercity right on down into him drawing an extra card. So yep, there's a Caves of Chaos Adventure. It'll trigger that initiative again, and he'll get to draw a card off of that. That means we're going to go into the Undercity completely, or whatever the fuck it's called, at the bottom of the Undercity. So, alright, we're down to 2 life, and John needs to find a miracle off the top here. Mox Diamond, that is not it. That is a Windswept Heath. John plays it, and it looks like that might be it. And that is, oh, John does have the swords. Oh no. Thanks for watching. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.